everyone, I'm Miss Mary Beth. I'm the Youth Services Librarian at Ingalls Memorial Library in Rindge, and I'm here today for story time. And I'm pretty excited because today's story time, I know it's still June. It's June 29th, but in a few days it's going to be the 4th of July. So I thought, it's Monday, we'll kick off the week with a story time all about the 4th of July, all about our country and its independence, and how we're going to celebrate this weekend. So this will get us in the spirit, I hope. So thanks for joining me for our story time. And I'm also excited because this story time is part of the summer reading program. So if you're listening and you're watching, you can get a raffle ticket. All you have to do is, when I say the code word later on, go to your Read Squared account and type it in. And then let us know that you watched, and we can check, and we can give you a raffle ticket. So that sounds really good to me. So thanks for joining me today. Before we start, we always start with my hello song. I love hello friends. So it's really easy. We're going to put our hand against our head, and we're going to stick our arm out, and we're going to say hello in sign language. Then we're going to take our two fingers, and we're going to make them hug. That means friends in sign language. I like that word. Then we're going to tap our wrists like we're wearing a watch, because that means it's time. Then we're going to tap our mouths like we're talking, because that means to say. I'll sing it once, and then we can all sing it together. Are you ready? Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Great job. Do you want to do it again so we can practice? Okay. Hands on our heads. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Oh, good job, everybody. Thanks for singing with me. And then I always like to think about something happy, but I thought this time, because our story time is all about America and about 4th of July, I want to think about something about that I like the most about our country. What I like the most is I really like the land. It's so beautiful and it's so diverse. There are so many different types of land. We're here where there's a lot of forests and hills and mountains. But if you drive out west, there are flat plains where you can see for miles and miles. Then there's also deserts, which are so hot and really sandy and full of incredible rock formations. But then if you go up to the Pacific Northwest, it's so green. I thought I had seen green before, and then I went there and there's just so much green on the trees, on the ground, on the leaves. Everything is green. It's amazing. And there are so many beautiful mountains and beautiful animals that live in those mountains and that live in the desert. And there are oceans on all. We are just so lucky here in America. Our country is beautiful. I love a lot of things about our country, but I think the landscape is just amazing. So think about your favorite part of our country. Do you like a specific food that we have? Do you like something in our culture? Some kind of person who lives here? I just really like the land. That's my favorite thing about America. So for our first book, we're going to read The 4th of July Mice. And this is a silly book, and it's a lot of fun. It's just mice having fun on the 4th of July, and all the things that we usually do, they do too. And it's written by Bethany Roberts and illustrated by Doug Cushman. Let's see what the 4th of July mice do. How they celebrate. There they are. These are mice dressed like Revolutionary War soldiers. Did you know that that's what 4th of July is? It's celebrating our independence. We fought a really hard war, but we became free to rule ourselves. So that's what we're celebrating on 4th of July, Independence Day. Parading mice march left, right, left. Waving flags, red, white, and blue. Bang, toot, clang, happy 4th. Got all that red, white, and blue. Mr. Mouse marches too. There's Mr. Mouse. Hungry mice, left, right, stop! It's time to eat. What's for lunch? Are they having a picnic? Do you have a picnic on the 4th of July? That's fun. Sunflower seeds, pass the cheese. Munch, munch, crunch, crunch, crunch. they playing baseball? That's a very American sport. People really like that here. Now let's play. Toss the ball. Whack, smack. Run, run, run. Let's have a race. 4 mice in sacks. Hop, hop, plop. Oh, what fun. Have you ever been in a potato sack race? They're a lot of fun. So silly. 3 hot mice in red, white, blue. Plunk, dunk. 1, 2, 3. Even their bathing suits are festive. 1 scared mice stays on the bank, shaking, quaking. No, not me. It's a little scared to jump in. That happens. 3 wet mice. Dip, float, glide. Drip, flop, flip. Splash, splosh, slide. Do you go swimming on the 4th of July? It's fun because it's usually really hot. 1 dry mouse, sun's on a rock. Mr. Mouse sails. Glide, ride. There he goes. Stop, Mr. Mouse, you've gone too far. Oh no, what to do? A brave little mouse jumps right in. I can swim. 3 cheers for you. He did it. He saved his friend. 4 happy mice sparkle on a log. It's mouse fun done this 4th. Is mouse fun done this 4th July? This July 4th day? Is it done? Do you use sparklers? Those are fun too. Wow. Look in the sky. Boom, boom, boom. We love America. Hooray, hooray. So pretty. The end. Have you seen fireworks like that? Me too. I love them. They're so pretty. Thanks for reading that one with me. This next one is a silly book, but it's also historic, and it's true. So we'll learn a little bit as we read. I don't know if everybody knows this, but George Washington was our very first president, and he helped lead the armies in the Revolutionary War. So he helped us get to freedom, and then he became president. But the story goes that he did not have any teeth, or he had a set of wooden teeth. He was very famous for having not very nice teeth. They didn't have as good dental care as we have today. They didn't take care of their teeth the same way. So this very silly story is all about George Washington's teeth. But it's a true story. And it will also help us to learn a little bit about the Revolutionary War and how we became free and what led to the 4th of July. And this book is written by Deborah Chandra and Madeleine Comora, and with pictures by Brock Cole. All of his life, George Washington had problems with his teeth, and he worked hard to save them. This story is based on what really happened to George Washington and his teeth. And this book is cool because in the back of it, if you want to check it out, there's a whole timeline of his life and all of the events in it. And it's actual bits about his teeth, when they fell out, what he did to save them. And it has pieces, it has quotes from his diary. So things that George Washington has written. So let's learn all about his teeth. There they are, riding on their horses. The Revolutionary War, George hoped would soon be won, but another battle with his teeth had only just begun. George Washington rushed into town. The dentist heard his shout. Hold still, he said, then gave a yank. A rotten tooth popped out. Oh no. All that night George tossed and turned. Another tooth was sore. But at the dawn he saddled up and galloped off to war. Whoa, look at those ships. George reached New York as British ships invaded every port, preparing for a fierce attack. His soldiers built a fort. Do you see the fort? The Revolutionary War was us versus England, or the British. Inside he rubbed his swollen gums with soothing oil of myrrh, until a sentinel cried out, "Here come the British, sir!" Charging on to the field, George thought, "There's something in my mouth." He spat into a handkerchief. Another tooth came out! "This can't be happening," George gasped. "What if someone should see? If word got out I'm losing teeth, my men would laugh at me." Oh, no. While no one looked, George wrote a note his dentist would receive. "Please come," it said. "I need your help when I get home on leave." He's writing his note. And look, they're charging off. He has tooth problems. Back at home, George lost more teeth, till he had only 10. "Oh, Martha dear," George cried, "I fear I'll never eat again." He didn't take care of them. Oh no, he only has 10. Martha was his wife. Martha fed him mush and pickled tripe, but when guests came to dine, he sneaked one of his favorite nuts. Then he had only 9. He lost another tooth. This was very famous. He and his men crossed the river. But I wonder how many teeth he had when he did it. Let's find out. George crossed the icy Delaware with 9 teeth in his mouth. In that cold and pitchy dark, 2 more teeth came out. Oh, goodness. I didn't know that. They don't always tell you that part of the story. They had a very cold winter that year. It was a rough time for the troops. Snow fell on George at Valley Forge. His blue coat hung in tatters. By then he'd only 7 teeth. They couldn't even chatter. Yet bravely George led forth his men, coat and pigtail flying. While cannons boomed, he held his jaw and grunted, "I think I'm dying." That must have hurt too. Must have been very distracting to try and lead some troops while your teeth are falling out. The redcoats fled. Those are the British. The people that we were fighting. George won the war when he returned alive. Martha checked for 7 teeth, but she counted only 5. Oh, goodness. Poor George. That a dance? He hid the evening of her ball, ashamed his friends would see. That night the dentist came again. George lost another 3. The dentist pulled out 3 more teeth. Oh, gosh. Look, they're starting a new government. He's leading. Poor George had 2 teeth in his mouth. The day the votes came in, the people had a president, but one afraid to grin. A portrait artist came to George. He said, "I know a trick. I'll pad your mouth with cotton balls to puff your sunken lips. Oh no. George stood up to have a look. He fell back on his fanny. "That doesn't look like me," he roared. "It looks like Martha's granny." Do you think it looks like him? I don't think the cotton balls worked. He yanked the cotton from his mouth, then gasped, "What have I done? The cotton held a rotten tooth." No, George had only one! Our first president had one tooth! George still had that tooth the night a knock came at the door. "I brought false teeth," the dentist called. "Teeth that won't get sore." Maybe that will work. George put them in, but when he smiled, springs snapped against his tongue. Out flew those teeth. "Ah!" George shrieked. "They've knocked out my last one!" Those are the teeth. They're made of wood and springs. And now he has no more teeth! "Oh no," George moaned, "I'm toothless." He kept his mouth shut tight. He couldn't sleep. He paced the floor and prayed with all his might. If only I had teeth, thought George. He pondered what to do. "Aha!" he cried. "All my old teeth might help make something new." He searched Mount Vernon's bedchambers. That was where he lived. The pantry, parlors, and halls. He searched through shelves, desk drawers, and musty floor of every horse's stall. Are the teeth in the horse's stall? George found no teeth. Oh, alas, they're gone! A great sob shook his shoulders. Through tears he peered on one last chest, leaped up and yelled, "My molars!" There they are in there. With plaster and those teeth he found, George poured a simple mold that showed the dentist how to make false teeth George hoped would hold. He's pouring a mold. The dentist took strong hippo tusk and carved a set to size, each tooth secured with screws of gold that lit up George's eyes. I think he's pretty happy now. Can you guess the story's end? Those new teeth fit just right, and round the ballroom with his friends George danced all through the night. He's smiling. The end. What'd you think of that story? Was that silly? It's true, though. We can read George's diary and track when all those teeth were lost. And then he really did use the teeth to make a new mold. It was his idea. And then he got some good teeth. That one's interesting because a lot of us know he was our first president, or we know some things about him, but we don't know a lot about his teeth. So I learned when I read that book. I hope you did too. For our last book today, before we do our last book, I wanted to sing us a little poem about fireworks. We like fireworks. Fireworks are pretty fun. And this poem goes, "We sit and look at the dark night sky, waiting for fireworks to start to fly. Then with a boom and a flash of light, a big firework sparkles in the night." And I have a couple of them in different colors. So I'll hold them up and I'll have you say what color this is. Which one is this? Which color is this firework? Is that red? Great job. We sit and look at the dark night sky, waiting for fireworks to start to fly. Then with a boom and a flash of light, a big red firework sparkles in the night. There we go. Okay. Now what color is this one? Blue? Good job. We sit and look at the dark night sky, waiting for the fireworks to start to fly. Then with a boom and a flash of light, a big blue firework sparkles in the night. Okay. What color's this one? Ooh, silver. I like the silver ones in the sky. Ready? We sit and look in the dark night sky, waiting for the fireworks to start to fly. Then with a boom and a flash of light, a big silver firework sparkles in the night. Okay, we have 2 more. What's this one? Orange. Ready? We sit and look in the dark night sky, waiting for the fireworks to start to fly. Then with a boom and a flash of light, a big orange firework lights up the night. Okay, 1 more. This one's yellow. Are you ready? We sit and look at the dark night sky, waiting for the fireworks to start to fly. Then with a boom and a flash of light, a big yellow firework sparkles in the night. Good job, everybody. You're so good at your colors. Thanks for helping me out with that poem. Then we have our very last book, and it's called Pie is for Sharing. And it's by Stephanie Parsley Ledyard. And it's all about the things that kids at a 4th of July picnic, playing in the beach, playing in the park, and all the things that they can share, which I just think is really nice. And it says pie because America is very famous for its pies, I think. It's kind of an all-American kind of thing. They're all different kinds of pies, right? So let's see what happens in this. Pie is for sharing. What do you see? Is everyone enjoying the sun? Watermelon. That's a very 4th of July thing. Cycling, dogs. Pie is for sharing. They're all sharing. They're having a big picnic barbecue. It starts out whole and round. And then you can slice it into as many pieces as you wish. How many pieces? Let's count. 1 for her, 2, 3, 4 for her, 5 for him, 6. It's gone. But they shared it. Almost as many pieces as you wish. Just make sure everybody gets some. A book is for sharing. They're all reading together. A ball is for sharing too. There they are sharing their ball. And a tree? Is a tree for sharing? A tree is always shared. Look, they're all climbing in it. They're playing together. They can share the shade too. A tree is always shared, even when you think it's yours, alone. Even he thinks he's there all by himself, but he's not, is he? They're sharing together. Other things for sharing. A jump rope. You need friends to do that, right? A jump rope, your place in the middle. A rhyme. Time. Time is for sharing too. A boat, a stream. Those are for sharing, right? They're all playing together. Your towel warmed by the sun. Things that are easy to share. Cousins, sticks, stones from your pocket. Hard to share. Your best friend. But it is nice when we play together, right? Even if it's hard sometimes. If you are hurt, it helps to share a hug and some bandages. And the story about what happened. I think she has a lot of bandages on her, doesn't she? Hideouts and treasures. Those are good to share. Words and music are made for sharing. They're putting on a little concert. So are berries and the last piece of homemade bread. Even the crumbs. Many can share one light. What are they playing with? Are they playing with sparklers? Those are good for sharing. And a blanket, a breeze, the sky, these are for sharing. Just like pie. The end. What do you think of pies for sharing? I like that one because it takes us through a whole day of a fun day of the 4th of July. A fun time on the beach, at a picnic, and all the things that we can share and all the ways that we can play together. So I like that one too. So thanks for reading those books about America and the 4th of July with me. I hope you had fun. I did. Oh, the code word for today is independence. Independence Day. Okay, so if you got the code word, add it to your Read Squared account and get a raffle ticket for watching. Thanks for joining me for today's 4th of July story time. Before we go, we always sing our goodbye song, just like that. Are you ready? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Thanks for reading with me. Have a happy 4th of July, everybody.